Hello, everyone. It's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and I'm going to be visiting everyone's Equestria. But before I get to that, I should point out a bunch of new updates came out, and I also decided to spend a bunch of my rubies to get the backgrounds. I've been saving up for a long time, intending to get all the backgrounds. The sunsetting one looks really cool, and then also the ancient one and Sweet Apple Acres. That always looked really cool. And if you didn't notice before, the clouds, some of them are shaped like dragons for some reason. For some reason, there's no campaigns linked to these other ones though, and that's kind of depressing. But it's still pretty cool. It changes the music, changes the backgrounds. Sunsetting in Ponyville, the background itself is very interesting. The landscape, though, it's kind of mellow. It looks like it's best way to describe it. It looks like all the greenery, it's dying. That's what it looks like to me. Because I work with a lot of landscaping outside, and it's starting to have a brownish look to it. Granted, they're trying to simulate the sun setting, but they may have chose the wrong colors to do it because everything looks like it's dying to me, or almost everything. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the grass itself has a brownish look to it. Doesn't look good. Most of the trees, well, half the trees look great. Like the apple ones, they look great. These don't though. But it's different. I might not have it set to this on St. Patrick's Day itself. And also, they've added a new VIP system. And you will get, they have a trial version. You get it free for 7 days, but then it starts charging you once a month, basically $5. Depending on what ponies show up, I'm not 100% sure if I would be invested in this. Thankfully, it does show you what the ponies of the month are. And in my case, I have Quibble Pants and I have Lime Pie. Excuse me. Um, but you can take a look at next month's, and if I were to get it, I would wait next month because the pony on the right, I think that's something Spear. I I forget his full name, but he is a royal guard, and I would like to get that, and I could get him for free basically, and then you get 70% off rare ponies. Um, One of the things I definitely would be interested in is if they eventually have huh. I don't remember completing that. Oh, I already got the rewards. Looks weird. The way it's highlighted, it makes it look like it's something I just completed. So, could technically get that guy right now. I'm not sure if I'd want to. I'm very tempted to get Pinkie Pie, the Pinkie Pie apple. Huh. That's weird. This must be a new thing. Has to be. I don't know. Unless the update screwed up a couple things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. So the reason I'm in this section is because there is a character, and I mention him off and on, that I really, absolutely, really, really, really want, and it's driving me nuts that he is. For some reason, it's like they completely forgot they didn't sell him at all, which is so weird. Um, for some reason, I'm not coming up on it. Unless for some reason they removed it. I don't know why I'm not seeing it, because I don't think it should be this far back. Wish I had the whole dragon collection, to be honest with you. I love the dragons in this game. So, where the heck is it? Spearhead. Yeah, wait, I don't think that is Spearhead. It's kind of a weird cropped picture. But it might be Spearhead, and Spearhead is pretty cool. So, if I knew for sure the other one wasn't coming, I definitely would. Okay, see, there he is. The Tempest Guard looks pretty much like the Storm King Guard, but he has red detailing on him. They never once, ever, 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 ever sold him in any fashion at all, and there is no special collection sets that would let you have him if you completed a section. I mean, a collection. And it's extremely irritating because I really love soldiers and I love guards, especially in My Little Pony, and it's like they must have forgotten. I'm surprised no one's mentioned it either. I think it's just because it's not the most sought after thing. Maybe the fandom and Game Loft just completely forgot about them. But I'm tempted to hold off on trying the VIP trial run and wait for Tempest Guard to come out. Okay, so now that I've talked about that, let's go visit some people. But it's up to you if you do that service. I think it's almost worth it. I mean, for $5 a month, it reduces the price of a lot of the rare ponies. Cuts out a whole bunch of other things. It makes your production faster. And you get to pick a free pony, I think, once a month that's in another rare collection thing. Might be worth it. Cat's out of the bag. So I'm going to go through this list and fix it. So I'm going to pause it right here. So we had gone to Goldie Cake's place last I did this, and now we're going to go to Flash. I have a suspicion that their name's probably longer, but I could be wrong. Or not. We'll never know. Lotus Cookie. We might be on a spree of visitable places. That's probably not a real name. Apple Night is a cool name, and we get to go visit them. Hello, not happy. Apple Night, I wish you a happy early St. Patrick's Day. And I hope you're excited about the new updates that we got. So, looking at this is a really neat place. It has all my favorite things I like to see, where you have tons of trees and it's integrated with all the buildings, so it looks like a highly integrated city that still has plenty of trees and everything like that, and that's just really cool. And lakes. And then right here you got Trixie's place, and then you got an Apple stand, so I guess one of the Apple family members can sell tons of really delicious apple food while you watch Trixie perform. I really like what they did with the Two Sisters original castle. Looks very nice how it's set up. You got the happiest tree ever to exist. And so, this is a very nice place. Very well done. Apparently, for some reason, Luna's hanging out with Zecora. Didn't know Luna to be a potion maker, but you never know. Maybe she does make potions too. Let's see. This is a very cool place, and if I did pick a favorite spot, it's going to have to be everything that you see on the screen right here. This looks really cool. Almost looks like you have a maze going in this park. Almost. Either way, it's a very, very nice looking park. Oh, and you got another Trixie. Trixie is very busy here. In fact, I have a feeling human Trixie comes here too, and then turns into a pony. And then you have this place having a Trixie event, doing magical tricks, and then you have Trixie over here doing other magical tricks. Maybe the same exact ones. Don't know. May never know. But this is a very cool place. You did an awesome job, Apple Knight. And I wish you good luck. So, as far as MLP news is concerned, I saw a big thread right now talking about a whole bunch of different subjects on Equestria Daily. I also saw a really cool thing. If you're into a game that's on PC and Xbox called Space Engineer, they just came out with a new thing that'll allow you to actually not only make F-14 Tomcats, which I think is the greatest fighter jet ever made, interceptor. It's a multi-role, really, but it specializes as a long-range interceptor. They have a special thing to make it a Rainbow Dash F-14 Tomcat. It looks really, really cool. So, if I ever get that game, I'm definitely going to build some TIE interceptors and other TIE fighters, and then I'm going to build an F-14, hopefully based off every squadron I like, and then also especially a Rainbow Dash F-14. That is going to be really cool. Um, didn't see much else. Hope everyone is safe right now and taking proper precautions. Remember, don't panic. Just be prepared and keep calm. I wouldn't go out too often. If you do, wear just, I don't know. Some people are saying wear masks, some other people are not. I would say wear masks. And then even wear some gloves, and then whenever you come home, wash them. And be sure to wash your clothes after you come back home from being out. And then also either take a shower or a bath, or just wash your face and your ears really good. This seems kind of a weird thing to say, but I just don't want anyone to get sick. And it's kind of what I do whenever I go out, whenever I have to go out, which isn't too often now because of how things are. I'm gonna go out as least possible as I can. It just seems like a very, very bad idea. Again, not trying to scare anyone. I just want everyone to be safe. But yeah, if anyone plays Space Engineer, let me know if you're excited to see that in Space Engineer you can have an F-14 Tomcat Rainbow Dash. It looks awesome. Um, I have another game I've always wanted to play where you engineer stuff, and I wanted to make a Luna based mech, a Luna mech. It would be pretty cool. I need to get into that. I've decided there's a bunch of mobile games I don't want to play anymore because they just take up too much time. One of them being Skylanders. I was gonna mention this in a different video, but maybe I'll just say it now. Skylanders is a dead game. They made it way too hard to get anything in that game. Anything. And then they just now said, well, we'll keep this running, but we see that our problems are so bad, it can't be patched. So we're going to just make a completely new game. And I might not even play the other one. It would be better if I just stuck with the main ones on the Xbox and handhelds, but not the phone. Because I have a feeling it's going to be even worse for grinding to get things in that game. Way worse, and it was insanely bad. It reminded me of Injustice, how bad it is. The game Injustice. It is an injustice what they did, but the whole thing is terrible. So it's taken me years to get where I am with Blackout. He's one of my most favorite dragons besides Spyro, and he's still not even fully powered up because it takes so long. Heck, it'll still take long if I was paying to win in that game because they limit how much stuff you can buy and they make it ridiculously expensive anyway. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what the heck they were thinking, but like the people paying for it either didn't buy enough or you know what, I'll cut it out now. Hello, Queen Days. Happy early St. Patrick's Day, and I wish you good luck on the next campaign that will undoubtedly come out for St. Patrick's Day. And I'm reasonably certain it will be a rerun, and it'll probably be the one based on the deers in the Everfreeze Forest. But I would be happy for a surprise if it was a brand new one, which in that case, I'll be sorry for spending all my rubies on all the new stuff I just got in this game. So, what we got here. is also kind of similar to what I did. And the last place I was at, and it looks very, very, very good. Kind of like how you have Trixie here, and this her stage is in the wilderness with only the element of generosity and a clock tower by which she has to be careful because lightning bolts strike clock towers often, as depicted in Back to the Future, and that is not debatable. It is a fact. It's not really a fact. They'll hit anything that's highest up or closest to the lightning bolt. That's not the exact mechanics for it, but generally it will hit whatever's closest to it, which tends to be higher things usually. So got a lot of walking paths here, gigantic ones, and it may be because they just wanted to fill up space so that no debris or rocks or whatever forms. Never know. But this place looks very nice. Still have some Christmas decor up. Um, so if I were to pick a favorite spot here, it would have to be definitely the section right here that is on the screen. That just looks really cool. I love it. I love it a lot. They did a great job. Queen Daisy did an awesome job, and I wish you a happy new year. It might be a bit too late to say that. I mean, everyone's already really deep into the new year now, so maybe I'll cut that out too. Anyway, gonna move on to the next one. That is a very nice place, by the way. Um, okay, there we go. It's like I pressed that. I know I did. Don't tell me it's gonna malfunction now and not work. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, there we go. Bad feeling averted. So, yeah, as I was saying for Skylanders, it just they kept on making it worse and worse. And to elaborate on that, you could win tons of scrolls of different for different rarities and different shards, and that's how it worked. All the characters required shards of them to unlock, and unfortunately, there's like it started out with like 4 to 5 for each element, and then they kept on adding more and more characters without making it easier to get older ones. I mean, with an exception. Um, and then for whatever reason, they made it so night element and day element Skylanders are even more difficult to get. You can spend real money in the game to get a special scroll that will let you actually get the individual Skylanders elements that you want. And they also, not only does it, I guess it kind of works. It depends, but they also recently, well, I shouldn't say recently, they made it, you know, a little bit later after that all brand new Skylanders could not be used with that scroll. So they just loved making things way more difficult. And so he had all these different chests. One of them would guarantee both an epic and legendary Skylander pack of shards with like a bunch of normal and common ones, so on and so forth. And then you had specialty packs where if you spent extra rubies, because they have rubies too, you would you could get packs based solely on the element, except of course day and night. Night element and day element was just screwed. I mean, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry for my language. I didn't mean to say that. If you want a day and night element, you're just out of luck. You're not gonna have the ability to try and get any of them. You just have to hope on blind luck that you're gonna get some. So eventually, it got to a point where they changed the mechanics of it and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're removing the guarantee that you'll get a legendary and an epic Skylander with these packs. And so like now most of the packs it's just full of commons and uncommons, and it would take months and months and months to save up for it just to win an uncommon Skylander shard. It it has just gotten too much to me. There might be a couple other things I might do in the game, but I think I'm pretty much done with it. It's just too hard to do anything. They also added a special. Oh yeah, and then eventually they also removed the ability to buy the specialized element packs, and they made it so that you have to have like almost tens of thousands of spare shards that you convert into an element pack, and without it being night and day element, it's just they just went way too far. They also made it too difficult to win rare tickets. A rare ticket would allow you to have, the packs with a guaranteed legendary and ultra character. But, with them also removing that guarantee, that it made those tickets kind of suck also. They made those tickets harder to get, and then they replaced them all with the normal ticket, which is like a random chance for one set of Skylander shards. It just makes me so angry. And I thought what they did in Injustice 2 was bad because it runs on the similar principle of instead of just flat out winning a character, you have to win tons and tons, hundreds and hundreds of shards to not only just have it, but to level it up. And the shards amount, like, it almost doubles each time. And that's ridiculous. And I'm going to cut back on that too. That's too much. Too much grinding for stuff that might not even happen. Like I said, I would do this for months with no progress at all. Having a game like that's going too far. I should just play the original Skylander games. I'm not gonna have any trouble like that at all, and they actually are way less limiting. Okay, Lotus Pants. Don't forget to add Lotus Pants. Their code is right next to their name. Happy early St. Patrick's Day, Lotus Pants. So, what do we got here? Um, Sorry, I can't move. My cat has decided that they're going to lay on my shoulder and need my shoulder. So, my hand I was going to use to look at things has now been blocked by a big orange tabby cat. It's Ritz the cat. If you have seen my videos with animals, it's the orange one that I love a lot. He's my favorite cat. And he's walking over me right now. Okay, my hand is free. I'm sorry about that. So, what we got here is also a very nice place that's integrating many different features, things I like. And then you got Starlight, Twilight, and a couple of others. Celestia, Lucky Clover, which again, I think I've ranted about him before. He was lucky I got him. When I first got this game, he was the first one that I bought that was not an essential character to any objectives or anything. And his price in gold coins was 7,777. And because I had just started the game, I had very few stores, nowhere near as many as I have now. And you can probably imagine how long it took for me to get him. And then, like, he was a terrible character. He took forever to recharge to play games with. Um, he wasn't. I mean, it kind of does affect his ability because back in the day when we had this game, don't forget, all the stores required ponies to work at them. And some jobs at the stores required, specific star level characters or even, a completely maxed out character. And he was taking forever to even max out. So his usefulness was hard to make it so that he was actually a useful character. Ooh, this is pretty cool. That looks very, very cool. That might end up being my favorite spot, to be honest with you. I like what you've done with the barn over here. So, yeah, I'm leaning towards that spot being my favorite one, and this is still a very nice place, whether that is my favorite spot or not. I like it. Yeah, that place down there is my favorite one. Um, so anyway, Lotus Plants, you did a good job, and don't forget to add Lotus Pants. And we are gonna head out. And I just feel bad quitting that game because I just had a viewer tell me that they were really interested in that game and they were gonna get it, and I feel bad because the game's gonna be even worse for a new player to get into. Um, I can't even imagine what they have to go through just to get normal characters and uncommon characters, let alone any epic and legendary ones. In my case, I came in at the very beginning. I signed up for the beta actually. They didn't accept me, but I did get it immediately when it first came out. And unfortunately, I just that's it just went downhill. It was never they never had a system ever where it got easier to get a character. It just got more difficult and more difficult and more difficult because they got greedy. And then on top of getting greedy, they just well, it's a little complicated because they would have character campaigns come out and you could flat out win a new powerful character that way. But tend to be a new one. And also, it would tend to be that you can't awaken them through the campaign. So then you would have to go through the trouble of awakening them. And awakening them, depending on the character, it could take the same amount of shards to awaken them that it took to summon them. And just for a point of reference, the more rare the character is, the more shards are required to get them. Like if I remember right, I needed like 300 or 400 shards to get a legendary character, and that's about how much you need to awaken them, with an addition of needing legendary elements that are associated with that character. Obviously, you're not going to use the machine element for like a magic Skylander. You need like magic for magic Skylanders, and you need night for night Skylanders, and so on and so forth. Game is freezing up a lot, but it's just such a shame. I still love this game. I just wish they added even more campaign stuff. Well, I mean, we are getting a lot of campaign stuff, but I mean, like the full blown stuff you can take your time with instead of you gotta you gotta stay up all night and all day, and you gotta wake up every 2 hours. No, even less than that to do all these objectives. I did a bad job in the two Pinkie Pie challenges that we just got. I just wasn't that motivated because none of the ponies in it were ponies I cared about, and the story was just about her baking. So I was like, and I didn't feel well. It was all three of those combinations. Maybe if I'd felt well, I may have tried to actually flat out win them, but I didn't feel well. I still kind of don't feel well. Okay. Oh, speaking of Pinky, we're gonna possibly visit her. No, she has denied it because she didn't like it that I didn't like her campaign, so I'm not gonna be able to visit her. Jet Knight is also a cool name. Couldn't visit them. Fancy Pie, Nurse Knight. Nope. Spike Knight. That's pretty cool name. For some reason, I just really love night. Everything that's night themed. Doesn't matter what it is. I just love night themed things. Blossom Knight. That's also a very nice name. Prim Daisy. Nope. Starry. Nope. The Doctor. Nope. Looks like we're on a roll for glitches. Dusty Cookie. That is not a good cookie to have. Sorry, I couldn't visit them though. Sunset Cookie. Interesting name. Still no. Magic Star. Here we go. Magic Star. Here you go, Magic Star. Don't forget to add Magic Star. Their code is right next to their name. So this looks very chaotic, but it still is very cool. And it looks like they pretty much went straight for the elements for the most part. Yeah. So, like I said, it looks very chaotic. Very similar to how I had my original Equestria, except for theirs is a bit more organized. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it would have to be this spot right here. It just looks intriguing to have a magical lava pool next to uh, great, now I can't think of the name of it. A concert. Right next to a concert, and also Zakura's place. Looks kind of funny. And then you have evil Rainbow Dash kind of dancing on it. She's dancing on lava. Pinkie Pie is kind of concerned and running away to Fluttershy to warn her of how crazy Rainbow Dash is acting, not realizing that's evil Rainbow Dash. But yeah, everything on screen right here is my favorite one. And I think this is going to be my last one for the day. I will do a special reading for everyone and then call it a night. So, okay. Oh, that's my back. Not doing well. Doing a lot better than it was before. It just popped out of place really bad, and now it's like the last couple nights trying to sleep. If you've used your muscles a lot and it has like a clenching sensation, actually the best way to describe it is it felt like I was constantly using my muscle when I wasn't. And it was so uncomfortable that couldn't sleep. Not a good thing. So for this reading, for my black book, it will be on this date, March 10th, 2020. Religion means loving God with your heart and your neighbor as yourself. William Booth. This small section is about the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army was funded by William and Catherine Booth in 1878. Born in 1829, William Booth had grown up poor in Nottingham. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that place. Nottingham, England. At 15, he left the Anglican Church and became a Methodist. He became a minister, but felt that his real calling was to preach to the poor and the sinners in the place outside the churches. In 1855, Booth married Catherine Mumford. I'm having difficulty seeing this for some reason. Munford, whom he met at a church meeting. The couple began searching for a church which welcomed all people, especially the non-churched. In 1865, while preaching outside the Blind Beggar Pub in a poor section of East London, Booth was asked to lead a series of meetings in a nearby tent. As a result, the Booths funded the Christian Mission, dedicated to doing God's work for providing basic necessities to the less fortunate and to proclaim the gospel message of salvation. In 1878, the Christian Mission changed the name to the Salvation Army, adopting military symbolism since it fought sin like an army. Sorry about that. In 1880, several church members traveled from England to New York to introduce the Salvation Army on American shores. An early member was Eliza Shirley, who joined the Salvation Army at age 16. She and her family helped the Army establish roots in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Excuse me. Today, the Salvation Army serves in 120 countries, raising money for the needy through such activities as donut days and red kettle collection at Christmas. I can't see that for some reason. And thrift stores. Okay. And then on the other side, and behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, conversing with him. Matthew 17:3. On that mountain, the disciples got a glimpse of how human beings look with God's Spirit running through them. That's what Peter, James, and John saw, a human being with eyes that they see the whole person. The astounding thing is that if people could see me with the same eyes, they would see a similar sight. I am a daughter, a son of God. I am the Holy Spirit running through me. I have the Holy Spirit running through me. I am the beloved God. I was imprisoned. No, sorry, immersed. I'm sorry, for some reason I just can't see this. Figuratively, at least, in the waters of baptism, which symbolize being immersed to God. I received confirmation with holy oil soaking into me as a sign of the Spirit running, coursing through my whole being. When I received Holy Communion, the Lord Jesus with him, the whole Trinity enter within me. Lent is a time when my fasting, prayers, and good works help me see myself, others, and God as they truly are. What an awesome sight. I hope everyone liked this reading. I'm sorry I had a little bit of trouble with it. I was coughing, and then for some reason I couldn't see things. Where I am right now, it's not exactly well lit. But anyway, I hope you all are having a good day and stay safe and have fun. I'll see you later.